Rockstar making GTA 6 isn't the same Rockstar that made GTA 5. Between 2016 and 2020, everyone who built this franchise walked out. The lead writer who created Niko, Bellic, and Trevor Phillips, gone. The producer who saved Red Dead Redemption, gone. The comedic genius behind every GTA radio station you've ever loved, gone. The people finishing GTA 6 right now. Most of them have never shipped a GTA story in their lives. They spent the last decade making GTA Online updates. And somehow, nobody's talking about this. See, between 2016 and 2020, Rockstar didn't just lose a few developers. They lost the people who invented the chaos, the writers who gave Tommy Vercetti his voice, the producers who turned Red Dead from a broken mess into a masterpiece, the comedic genius who made you actually listen to GTA radio for hours. One by one, the architects of the greatest gaming empire of the 2000s just left. And now we're about to find out if GTA can survive without them. But to understand what's at stake, we need to go back to where it all began, in a tiny office in Scotland, where a bunch of unknown developers were about to change gaming forever. Chapter 1, the Scottish Chaos. Before Rockstar Games, there was DMA Design. And before GTA was a billion-dollar franchise, it was a top-down game about running people over in a little yellow car. This was 1997. A small studio in Dundee, Scotland, led by a guy named David Jones, created the original Grand Theft Auto almost by accident. The game was buggy. The police AI was broken. Cops would ram into you with insane aggression. But instead of fixing it, they realized, wait, this is fun. That broken AI became the foundation of every wanted level you've ever experienced. DMA Design had this raw, unpolished energy. They weren't trying to make art, they were trying to make chaos. And it worked. GTA became a cult hit, then GTA 2 pushed it further. But the studio was still small, still Scottish, still underground. Then, in 1998, everything changed. Take-Two Interactive bought DMA Design, and by 2001, they rebranded it into something bigger. They called it Rockstar North, and that's when two brothers from New York entered the picture, the Housers. They weren't just going to make games, they were going to build an empire. Chapter 2, the Houser Empire. Sam and Dan Houser didn't just run Rockstar, they were Rockstar. Dan was the writer, the storyteller, the guy who turned GTA from a crime simulator into a cultural phenomenon. Sam was the president, the deal maker, the one who protected the vision. Together, they built a studio that didn't follow trends. It set them. 2001. GTA 3 drops, and suddenly you're not looking down at tiny cars anymore. You're walking through Liberty City in third person, stealing cars, taking missions, living a life of crime in full 3D. It was revolutionary. 2002, Vice City. Dan Houser co-writes this neon-soaked love letter to the 1980s, and it becomes the fastest-selling game ever at the time. 2004, San Andreas. 3 cities, gang warfare, jetpacks. All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. It wasn't just a game, it was a lifestyle. And then 2008, GTA 4. Darker, grittier, more serious. Niko Bellic wasn't a gangster fantasy. He was a war criminal trying to escape his past. Dan Houser co-wrote a script longer than most movies, and it won Game of the Year. By 2013, GTA 5 arrived, and it made $1 billion in 3 days. The Houser brothers had done it. They built the most successful entertainment product in history. But empires don't last forever, and the first crack in the foundation came from the one guy who actually held everything together behind the scenes, a producer named Leslie Benzies. Chapter 3, the producer who saved Red Dead. You probably don't know Leslie Benzies. Most people don't. But if you love Red Dead Redemption, you owe him everything. Benzies was Rockstar North's president and the producer on almost every major Rockstar game since GTA 3. He wasn't flashy. He didn't do interviews. He just made sure the games actually shipped. And in 2010, that became a life or death situation. Red Dead Redemption was a disaster in development. The team was scattered. The technology wasn't working. Rockstar San Diego was burning out, crunching 100-hour weeks. and the game still wasn't coming together. So Rockstar did what they always did when a project was dying. They sent in Benzies. He flew to San Diego, took control, and basically rebuilt the game's production pipeline. Red Dead Redemption, shipped in May 2010, became a massive hit and is still considered one of the greatest games ever made. Leslie Benzies saved it. But in 2014, after finishing GTA 5, Benzies took a sabbatical. He'd earned it. He'd been grinding for over a decade. He stepped away to recharge, and when he came back in 2016, Rockstar told him he'd been terminated. Benzies sued. He claimed Rockstar owed him millions in unpaid royalties, that Sam Houser had marginalized him, and that while he was gone, they'd basically erased him from the company. Rockstar denied everything. The lawsuit eventually settled out of court, and Benzies walked away. And just like that, the guy who saved Red Dead, who produced GTA's golden age, was gone. But he wasn't the only one. Because while Benzies was fighting in court, the voice of GTA was quietly packing his bags too, a radio host and writer named Lazlow Jones. Chapter 4, Lazlow and the Soul of GTA. If you've ever listened to Chatterbox FM or KDST or Blaine County Radio, you've heard Lazlow's work. He wasn't just a voice actor, he was the comedic backbone of GTA. Lazlow Jones started with Rockstar in 2001 and became the radio director and a key writer for almost every GTA game. He voiced Lazlow, the cringy, desperate radio host who appeared across multiple games. He wrote absurd ads, fake talk shows, satirical news segments. He made GTA's world feel alive even when you weren't shooting anyone. He also wrote some of the funniest dialogue in GTA 5. Trevor's rants. A lot of that tone came from Lazlow's comedy brain. But in 2020, after nearly 2 decades, Lazlow left Rockstar. No lawsuit, no drama. He just quietly exited and joined Dan Houser's new venture, which we'll get to in a minute. And his departure meant something crucial. GTA lost its comedic voice. The person who understood the satire, the absurdity, the cultural commentary that made GTA more than just a crime game, gone. But even that wasn't the biggest loss, because just a few months earlier, in March 2020, the man who literally wrote GTA announced he was leaving too. Chapter 5, Dan Houser's exit. March 2020. Dan Houser, co-founder, vice president, and lead writer of nearly every major Rockstar game, leaves the company. Not after GTA 6 is finished, not after it's announced, right in the middle of development. Think about that. The guy who wrote GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption, and GTA 5 just walked away while GTA 6 was being written. Rockstar said he wanted to pursue other interests. Dan himself stayed quiet, but people inside the industry started talking. After Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar had been exposed for brutal crunch culture. Dan had reportedly worked insane hours, and it nearly broke him. Maybe he was burned out. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall. Maybe he just didn't want to spend another decade of his life grinding for a game that wouldn't come out until 2025 or later. Whatever the reason, Dan Houser left. And GTA 6's script? It's being finished by people who didn't write the other games. So now Rockstar North is missing. Leslie Benzies, the producer who made things work. Lazlow Jones, the voice of the radio. Dan Houser, the lead writer. And the people left behind to make GTA 6. Most of them are talented, sure, but they're also the same people who spent the last decade working on GTA Online updates. Chapter 6, the junior team that's now senior. Here's the uncomfortable truth. GTA 6 is being made by a generation of developers who never made a GTA story before. A lot of the current senior staff at Rockstar cut their teeth on GTA 5 DLC. Then that DLC became GTA Online, and GTA Online became a money printer. For 10 years, Rockstar's priority wasn't storytelling. It was selling shark cards. The people making GTA 6 are good at their jobs. They're skilled. But their experience isn't in crafting a 60-hour narrative. It's in designing multiplayer heists and weekly content drops. That's not the same thing. And if you look at who's actually left from the original GTA 5 team, the list is shockingly short. Most of the mission designers, writers, and senior producers either retired, moved to other studios, or left the industry entirely. Rockstar today is a different beast, bigger, richer, more corporate. And while that's not inherently bad, it does raise a question. Can a studio that spent a decade making live service content suddenly remember how to make a single-player masterpiece? And honestly, the veterans didn't just disappear. A lot of them went somewhere else, and they're building games that look a whole lot like the Rockstar they left behind. So here we are. GTA 6 is coming. The trailer looked incredible. The hype is unreal. It'll probably make more money than any entertainment product in history. But the question isn't whether it'll be successful, it's whether it'll be great. Because success and greatness aren't the same thing. GTA Online is successful. But is it great? Does it have the soul of San Andreas? The writing of GTA 4? The satirical bite of Vice City? GTA 6 is being made by people who studied GTA. But the people who understood it, the ones who created it from chaos, who wrote it from obsession, who bled for it in crunch, they're gone. Maybe that's okay. Maybe the new generation will surprise us. Maybe they'll prove that Rockstar is bigger than any one person, that the magic was in the culture, not the individuals. Or maybe we're about to find out that some things can't be replicated. That genius isn't a process, it's people. And those people already left.